2003, I was operational. We have been doing operations with other cities outside the city of Ekurhuleni, in different municipalities, not even in different municipalities only, outside the province, tracing wanted suspects, joining joint operations, doing crime prevention operations, also jointly doing traffic law enforcement. One was mentioned that it's a thin line between the city of Ekurhuleni and the city of Johannesburg. We're separated in most of the time in one street. Activities that are taking place in the city of Johannesburg are affecting the city of Ekurhuleni. Activities that are taking place in the city of Ekurhuleni, they affect the city of Midvaal. Activities that are taking in the city of Midvaal are affecting the city of, in fact, all the municipalities within Gauteng are separated only by one street. Sometimes people that stay in the city of Ekurhuleni, when you go to R50, the southern part of the city of Ekurhuleni, people there, Palm Ridge area, they buy in Midvaal. They are serviced by the police station that it's at Midvaal, at Valrengi. You see, the demarcation of SAPS there is not like our demarcation. You see, when you go to the northern part of Tembisa, the Winnie Mandela, and other areas, the western part of the north, you see, it's separated by one street. The problematic area that is giving us challenges in terms of crime. Officers of Ekurhuleni, you find them executing duties on daily basis there. Officers of the city of Johannesburg, they are doing that. You see, there are areas where I, as the acting chief of police, I don't know demarcations, gray areas. We call them gray areas. You find officers doing law enforcement this side who said, but I thought this is the city of Ekurhuleni. You find the members of EMPD doing traffic law enforcement. When you go that side, you find members of Ekurhuleni. They said, no, but chief, sometimes we execute, but because it's a gray area, no one knows it. When you go towards R21, we're having such in terms of our freeways, the northern part, JNL areas, the informal settlements there. That's what it's happening. And in terms of crime prevention, our officers, there are activities that are taking, illegal activities that are taking place where suspects, they move to the city or they move to the certain municipalities. Our members do that. But except that, commissioners, 2001, there was a memorandum of agreement between the city of Ekurhuleni and other municipalities. 2005 or 15, just that I was unable to get that copy. There was another memorandum of understanding between the city. The first one, I do have the copy. I've submitted an attachment. The second one, I couldn't get the copy, but I know that I saw that one. Then there's this one that we signed again between the city and all law enforcement agencies and all the municipalities, that we can't be separated by one street. If crime is happening here, members can go and execute. Members can go and execute in different areas. As much as other metros are doing that, whilst we are driving around, doing your patrols or going home, you see them arresting, doing execution, doing traffic law enforcement, because we are separated and they are assisting us a lot. You see, and our members are on daily basis. Mkhwanazi's thing, as people are claiming that I'm instructing people. It has been happening whilst I was still a constable, and it's happening. Even if when I was suspended, even if when I'm sick due to COVID, such operations have been taking place. There are days that everything that I've submitted. And the recent memorandum of the understanding that was pushed by Office of the Minister. Fortunately, we have been doing it as Gauteng, but now we have done it and we have operationalized it again. That members must go, members must execute law enforcement. I was trying to summarize on that, because when there was evidence or when they were giving evidence, it was like it is an instruction, you see. I took many instructions from the different chief of police that you are hating crowd management, there's a problem in the city of Johannesburg. Students are protesting, go and assist. I leaded the unit under instruction, and we executed, worked very closely with SAPS, worked very closely with the other municipalities. Some challenges were taking place in the city of Tshwane. We have been deployed, we worked, and I did those when I was a commander. a superintendent. But except that, when I was a new recruit, we had many operations that we had to trace wanted suspect, competing with SAPS national, competing with SAPS provinces. There was a competition that we want to see the best team. And we came third in the nationally because we were able to trace all the suspects. We go to the police station, you check we call them red dockets, and you'll forget the name, and check that this has been not being executed for time and the suspect is not traceable. But if we're able to do that, we've been doing that. There was a time where Tumsan Masilela, a celebrity, was gunned down or was murdered, you see. Chief Mapiaye, who came here and said he doesn't know that. He established a team. When I'm saying to you, CLU was formed to say there's this celebrity that was gunned down or was murdered. Go and check. The team went up until to the borders of South Africa. You see, I know Commissioner Revo spoke about it, thought it's me. No. You see. And when they came back, they gave briefing, the CLU team. They gave briefing. And in that team, we had members who are not even Metropolis, but we are having information. We are assisting the team to trace the suspect. But it's unfortunate, some of them, they were outside the borders, but some of them, they were arrested. It is not a new thing. It's not something that is surprising. You see, we are doing that as we are sitting here. There are feedback sometimes when I meet members, say, we went to that day, we got successes. And deep down, you see, to listen, oh, they work outside the city, oh, they work outside that. But we are not allowed to engage, we keep quiet. But there's an evidence from one unit I couldn't get, as I've said that I'm outside, I couldn't get for everyone. But there's a stats, when you go to the city and check the stats and check operations that are executed by the units without even commanders, by the members themselves, when they communicate among themselves and say, the suspect is there, they wait and trace and arrest the suspect.
Commissioner Mkhwanazi, clarify this for me. Are these joint operations or operations conducted only by EMPD? In other words, can EMPD go to Soweto on its own, enter somebody's house and confiscate stolen goods?
We have done that million times, Commissioner.
Without JMPD there?
Yeah, yes, and JMPD have done that million times in our side.
And without SAPS there?
Yes.
And you say what authorizes EMPD to do that is a memorandum of understanding?
We've got a memorandum of understanding, or sometimes members operationally, when we need the court information.
Where do we find that memorandum of understanding?
I have attached the two ones that I'm having. It's the one of 2015.
Is this the document you refer to on page 5 as JD 19, which I assume we will correct?
Let me check, Commissioner.
That's correct, Commissioner. 19 Roman 1 and Roman 2, yes.
And let me say it's some of, because I couldn't find the two others.
Okay, if then...
Can I just check?
Yes.
I see, yes, I hear you. You say you can't find the two others, but one would expect that they are pretty much the same, because the principle is the same.
Yes,
cooperation.
Yes. Okay. Then I've also attached the one that we're having with NPA for other national operations, where national and international. As EMPD, we don't just work in the city of Ekurhuleni, Commissioner Khumalo. Now I'm raising another thing now. In terms of NPA and EMPD, in terms of exhuming those that were killed during apartheid times, you see, there's a memorandum of agreement between the city and NPA. We are not just limited to and some members are going, some members are coming in to be part of that team. That's what I'm trying to...
Thank you,
Commissioner
Mkhwanazi. You deal at page 5, as Commissioner Khumalo pointed out, you reference two documents you have annexed, marked JD 19 Roman 1 and 19 Roman 2. Do you see that in bold?
Yes.
Okay. And as Commissioner Khumalo correctly pointed out, we have to correct that it has to be 18 Roman 1 and 18 Roman 2.
JD 19.
It is annexed as 18, so I'm requesting
Oh,
that we
yes.
make that small correction in your statement. You accept that?
Yes, Commissioner.
So let's, now if we go to JD 18 now, Roman 1, that is a later document. It's a memorandum of understanding between the SAPS, Gauteng Department of Community and Safety, Gauteng Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and a host of 3 metropolitan councils, I think 2 district councils, and about 6 local municipalities. You see that?
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. Let's skip that document for, perhaps let's go to the last page of that document. I see that that particular document was signed on the 15th of April 2025, and that you'll find at page 411.
411.
11. At the bottom there.
Yes.
Signed by Kagiso Leruta, Acting City Manager, on behalf of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality. Correct?
Yes, Commissioner.
So I'm saying this is a very recent document. I want us instead to go to JD 18 Roman 2. And actually at 18 Roman 2, there are 2 documents. The first starts at page 414,
Yes.
and the second starts at page 430. You confirm that?
Still going there.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
Now, do you recall when EMPD was established?
2002.
2002. And these documents, at least the complete one, starting at page 414, is dated August 2001, and that you'll find at page 428.
428.
Signed by Paul Masako, City Manager, on behalf of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Council.
Yes.
And then the counterpart is Johannesburg Metropolitan Council, Paul Pascal Muloi. The second document that starts at 430, a last page. So it's you haven't included the last page, the signature page, so it's difficult to say when that one was concluded.
I think it's that one that I'm having a challenge that I've said I can't trace it. It was full. But if you go to the city, you'll get the correct and all the pages.
Okay.
The one that it was signed in between the 2 memorandum of understandings.
And I see from both, when I compare them, the one is an agreement, memorandum of understanding between Ekurhuleni municipality and Johannesburg, correct? The other is the same agreement between Ekurhuleni but with City of Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality.
Yes, Commissioner.
Now, if you compare them, they are worded in the exact same terms. And in particular, I would like to refer us to page 419 of interest at clause 4, period of agreement. And both memoranda stipulate that the agreement, which is the document we are reading, shall be deemed to have commenced on the date of establishment of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Service, which establishment will commence by appropriate publication in the Gazette, you see?
Yes, Commissioner.
So I understand then from these documents that the EMPD was yet to be formally gazetted.
I can't answer that because I was still at the college. I was a new recruit. But I know that before it was launched, it must be gazetted. That's why I'm saying it was launched 2002. Maybe drafting and other things, 2000, 2001, but I was not yet a fully fledged Metro Police officer. I was still at the college.
I accept that my question was based on what I'm reading.
Okay,
To
yes.
say that's what it would suggest. Now, to the question, you remember you put up these documents to...
Can I just ask you a question? On 428, is that date 2001 or 2004?
I read it to be 2001.
428.
428, that's signed to it on this day of August
Or it is 2001, Commissioner.
1.
Oh, Commissioner, yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now, Commissioner Khumalo asked you whether it's these documents you rely upon to make the argument that you were entitled to work outside the jurisdiction of Ekurhuleni and not necessarily as part of joint operations with JMPD or TMPD. You confirm that these are the documents?
Yes, and I'm also responding to the testimony that was given here that there's no document that allows us to work outside the jurisdiction of the city. It was made by the Chief of Police.
Would you be able to say which clause in particular, at least in the document starting at 415, grants EMPD the power to operate outside its jurisdiction? And perhaps while you are thinking of that, can I refer you to page 419 of the same document? And at clause 3, under heading provision of services, it reads, and I quote, notwithstanding the date hereof, the service shall be delivered to both the area and the other area by the council and the service provider, so that the inhabitants of both areas shall not suffer disruption of service.
Which clause is that, sorry, Commissioner?
Page 419, clause 3, under the heading provision of services.
Application of law provision, yes, I can see.
Okay.
Number 3, ne?
Yes.
Yes.
The parties agree that the interests of inhabitants of both areas in regard to the provision of service are paramount and agree to cooperate with one another to ensure that interests are fully protected. Do you see where I'm reading?
Yes.
The interesting thing about this clause, as I read it, it says the service is delivered in both areas by the council and service provider. Now, if we go to page 417, it's a list of definitions there, and clause 1.1.2 defines the service provider as the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Service. And that clause says the service provider, being JMPD, will operate in both areas. Now, I was trying to understand which clause should I read to understand that EMPD can also operate in Johannesburg and Tshwane.
And it doesn't also say that they can't operate without each other, but they will provide services.
Say it doesn't?
It doesn't say that they can't operate or they can't execute their duties without each other.
I wouldn't expect it to, because EMPD has got its area of jurisdiction. The question you are answering is whether or not it's authorized to operate outside its jurisdiction. And for that purpose, you put forward this document to confirm. Now, I'm trying to find in this document where it gives EMPD the requisite jurisdiction as you understand it.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't also specify that you can't operate or you can't execute your duties, you can't go and arrest suspect outside the jurisdiction.
Okay. So when you say it also doesn't say you can't do it, should I understand that to mean that the document doesn't authorize EMPD to do so? And neither does it prohibit EMPD from doing so. Is that your answer?
So I'm reading something, I think it's going to assist me. Can you read service standards, paragraph 5?
At page 419.
Yes.
Yes.
It says the service standard will be, my eyes are killing me.
The one that is mutually agreed upon.
Or it says the service standard shall be mutually agreed upon both parties or their nominees and will comply with standards set by the National Commissioner of South Africa. Or South African, or of South.
Sorry, it's incomplete, Ms.
Yes.
There's a page missing, page 77 is missing.
Page 5, yes.
So that paragraph 5 is not complete.
I noticed that. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, well, let's park it for now. You check from your originals whether you do have that paragraph 5, and we can revisit the matter.
But can you also assist?
Page 5, rather.
Yes, I'm asking the Commissioner, can you also assist whilst I'm checking? Maybe we'll get a document which is having everything. As I've said, I'm limited in terms of getting things. That's my humble request. But I will also try to get.
Yes, I thought perhaps we will check first with your original to see whether the mistake arose while the copies were being run and a page was skipped, or whether you don't have it in your original agreement, in which event then we'll try and locate a copy from the EMPD or Ekurhuleni municipality.
Yes, but may I also raise it that in the recent launch by the National Police or Minister, the National Commissioner, it was articulated in the Premier, it was articulated or it was said many times that gone are those days where members will be limiting themselves in terms of executing their duties. When they see the suspect here runs in the city of Johannesburg, will say, no, I'm not going there. You must make sure that you arrest the suspect. Same thing that must happen to other municipalities. And it has assisted us a lot as the city. Why I'm saying that, in fact, we are benefiting more than the city of Johannesburg, because in terms of resources, there are more resources than us, and they're more visible in the city, because I think many of them, they stay, not many of them, but there's a certain amount of officers of Johannesburg that are residing within, I'm not sure why, the city of Ekurhuleni. And that in terms of visibility, when driving the freeways, when they see offenses, blue lights, they drive in the freeway, blue lights, marked vehicle, they assist a lot. Or you find them stopping a vehicle, drunk and driving, they will call, well, we stop them, may I help, Chief? This person is drunk, can I be assisted? And they will assist, and the member will appear in court, and the evidence will be given. But the only thing that limits us is the question of issuing of fines, because our computer numbers are limited to the city of Ekurhuleni. I'm saying this public now. A member of JMPD can come and issue a traffic fine in the city of Ekurhuleni, because the courts that we are using, they are in the city of Johannesburg. The section 56 book, the notice books that we are using, like in the city of Ekurhuleni, it's saving all the courts that are in the city of Ekurhuleni. That means when you see, and the streets are only divided per municipal courts. For example, if the streets around Germiston, they will be limited to Germiston or Ellisburg municipal court or court. You see, that's a challenge. But in terms of crime prevention and other things, I must mention that our members even testify, even now, we are authorizing our members to go and testify, paid by the city for accommodation, to go and testify in KZN for the arrest that they've made there. Our members are going to different provinces. The city pays for accommodation, pays for everything because of the arrest that they made within that province or that area. And it's happening. It has been happening before I became in charge or before I was promoted as a member. It is still happening. Even if now when I'm not, it's still happening, it's happening. And it was authorized by different chiefs. I became in, I know that I also authorized for accommodation for other members, for cases that are taking 10 years, 15 years, or not 15, but cases that are being postponed. Members are attending those things. Thank you.
Okay. You recall when, before I referred to these two documents, I'd said we should skip JD 18, Roman 1, which I said is the later agreement with the different municipalities, local municipalities and the 3 metropolitans and the Gauteng Department of Community Safety. You recall that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And that is at page 396, if we could just quickly turn to that. And
Page?
it starts at page 396, JD 18, Roman 1.
It's a different file, eh?
No, the same file of your statement, of your supplementary statement.
Oh, statement.
Yes. And I refer to this document. You recall this is the document I pointed out was signed by the acting city manager of Ikuruleni on the 15th of April 2025, so last year. So this is about the most recent, I take it?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it's a recent one.
Now, I just want to test whether, would I be correct to rely on its wording to understand your response as regards the issue of jurisdiction. And for that purpose, I would like to refer you to page 402 and clause 7 of that agreement. So that memorandum of understanding at clause 7 sets out the areas and manner of cooperation. Do you see that?
Parties partake to cooperation within the means, it's within, yes.
Yes, and then it lists preventing, combating, and suppressing crime, including but not limited to, list them, creation of shared safer cities and towns, development of programs, alignment of strategies, training and capacity building. If you go overleaf at 403, it then addresses at clause 7.2, manner of cooperation. And it says the parties shall cooperate by exchange of information. 721, do you see where I'm reading?
Exchange of information, interest of, yes, yes.
Yes. Searching for wanted suspects and missing persons, sharing of policing technology, training courses. What I'm particularly interested in is from paragraph 7.2.6, which reads, and I quote, cooperation within the framework of this MOU shall take place on the basis of request for assistance from the executive authority or on the initiative of the executive authority which deems such assistance to be of interest to other executive authority. Do you see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, the term executive authority, I think, is defined